There we go. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us today. My name is Kenji Ikemoto. I'm the Associate Director for Academic Technology at the Center for Teaching and Learning. And today I'm talking about the AIMS initiative, AI Meets Education at Stanford. And before we get started, I want to just kind of leverage Poll Everywhere to get a sense of what you all are thinking, where you are in terms of addressing AI in teaching and learning. So I have this quick Poll Everywhere question set up. If you could go to pollev.com/Kenji, and I'll put that in here. Yep, if you could go to there and just put in a question that you're thinking about. What is your most pressing question about AI in education at Stanford? Great, a few questions coming in. Thanks for submitting these. What are you most ambivalent about as AI changes education? Good, kind of a meta question, something we can discuss, I think, as educators as a whole. What can we expect policy or tool-wise in the coming academic year? Great, good question. I'm wondering the same things. So I think, oh, great, another question come in. How instructors and students will build trust and a productive learning environment in AI age? Great. So there's a lot of questions across the board. I think real practical ones, like what are the policies? What are the UIT provided tools, that sort of thing, as well as pedagogical questions. How do we build trust? And then bigger meta questions like what does this mean for higher education? Things like that. So I think having places to discuss these kinds of questions is really important. And that's something that the AIMS initiative is trying to achieve. So the AIMS initiative is a VPUE effort. So it's across undergraduate education to kind of to bring together all the different voices across campus and create that space for people to discuss. So within the AIMS initiative, which is led by the Center for Teaching and Learning, but encompasses all of VPUE and includes, and we're inviting other partners to participate as well. There's kinds of three things. The first I've already touched upon, which is these events. So you'll see instructor showcases, departmental workshops, forums for students and instructors to have dialogue, and more. These kinds of events are coming soon in the coming quarters. There's also a bunch of web resources. So on the CTL website, there's a sub-site, the AIMS subpages, and there's a bunch of resources and links to other resources across campus. The two new ones that are new in the fall quarter that I want to highlight are the Library of Examples, and these are examples from across Stanford instructors of different types of learning objects related to AI. And there's also the Self-Paced Canvas resource. So this is a critical AI literacies Canvas resource aimed at instructors. As always, CTL offers individual and group consultations with CTL staff and with your faculty or staff or instructors, where we can kind of have this individualized conversations about how to address AI, answer some of those questions that we saw coming in through the Poll EV. So with AIMS, something I want to point out is that we want to engage the campus community in a dialogue. The Center for Teaching and Learning and VPU and AIMS in general is not a proponent of AI, nor are we rejecting AI. We want to create this neutral space because AI is so nuanced and every individual instructional context is unique. Every discipline is unique. There's no one size fits all. So really AIMS is trying to offer a variety of different options, whether that is including AI, integrating AI into a teaching practice, or maybe prohibiting AI use for a particular course. We want to offer a wide range of options for instructors to consider and really encourage critical thinking, encourage instructors to engage with AI and decide for themselves what's best for their context. So two things that I want to highlight are on web resources on the Ames subpages off of the CTL site. First is the Ames library of examples. So this is kind of a snapshot of what that looks like, and I will switch over to the website. Oh, yeah, just so I'll point it out to you. So from the CTL homepage, you can go to faculty and lecturers and then find Ames down here. And that'll take you to this kind of landing page, and you see some of the resources that you may already be familiar with from the other CTL resources and the teaching commons. I want to point out these two new ones. So the first is this Ames library. And this is a website that was created and compiled over the summer and spring, really highlighting actual examples from Stanford faculty, lecturers, and instructors. And you'll see a variety of different kinds of teaching artifacts here. There's going to be example course policies, assignments, learning goals and objectives, lesson plans, and strategies and more. And keep in mind that this is just getting started. So we have many great examples here, but that will continue to grow as people contribute to it, and CTL kind of incorporates examples from other partners. So here's just some kind of preamble explaining what this page is about and these general AI teaching strategies. Notice that they're kind of this red, yellow, I'm sorry, green, yellow, red, like a traffic light. There's a wide range of types of strategies that instructors may adopt, ranging from prohibiting AI use to integrating AI use. So down here, you see these kind of filtered lists, and you can pick from these different types of resources and the type of, I guess, policy and discipline area, and you'll see many different examples. So here is an example that comes from art history. This instructor has kind of designed a course around AI and how art is represented through AI and how art and AI interface. Really interesting course. So here's an example of some learning goals. On the other end of the spectrum, you see maybe an AI prohibited one. So this is a course policy from a behavioral sciences course. I'm sorry, Earth Systems course. And you can see the example of this instructor's, James Holland Jones, his course policy on AI. So there's a wide range of options and different examples to choose from, and we encourage you to reach out to those instructors. They may be your peers, and to initiate dialogue with them. So I encourage you all to visit this section of the website, explore different examples, think about how they might inform your course and decisions about your instruction, and get connected with the folks at the CTL, as well as the instructors who are contributing their examples here. So that's a great resource that I wanted to point out. Back to the PowerPoint real quick. The next thing that I wanted to point out that's new this quarter is the Critical AI Literacy for Instructors Canvas resource. So that's the self-paced professional development Canvas resource. It's really aimed at instructors who are kind of newish to Gen AI in teaching and learning, and to help them build foundational knowledge and skills, and really kind of start thinking critically about how to navigate AI in their teaching practice, whether that is to integrate AI or prohibit AI, somewhere in between. So this one's available to anyone with a SUNET, so students, staff, as well active SUNET. So unfortunately, alumni wouldn't be able to access it, but anyone with an active SUNET can, so that includes students and staff. So we encourage everyone to go check it out. And it looks like this. Whoops. It looks like this. So I'm going to toggle over and kind of give you a quick tour of the site. So when you land here and you enroll, it's just your typical Canvas interface. So um, if you've interacted in Canvas, it's pretty straightforward. Here on the landing page, you'll see the list of modules and their goals. So there's 8 modules. Really, it's 7 content modules. The last one's just a summary. And the first 2 here, how AI works and ethical issues, are really just laying kind of the foundational background knowledge um, about Gen AI and some of the issues and strengths and weaknesses of this technology. The next 3, academic integrity, responsible AI, and adapt assessments, they're really pedagogically focused. So the first focuses on our campus policies around AI use. The 4th module, responsible AI, is about strategies to promote academic integrity and create an environment of trust and safety and belonging so that students are encouraged to use AI in a positive way, in a responsible way, or maybe think critically about AI and choose not to use AI. The next one, adapt assessments, is about really more of an instructional design, kind of course design focus. So, we can support students in making the right decisions and kind of fostering trust, but that will only go so far. We really need to start thinking about adapting the design of our assessments, what we assess, how we assess, and not just rely on the good faith kind of trust and responsible awareness. I mean, that is important, but we also need to make those structural changes to how we assess learning. So that's what this module is all about. We identify some effective assessment strategies and then start thinking of ways to apply them to an AI-informed context. The last 2 modules, evaluate AI and AI prompting, are the more, I guess, kind of practical, hands-on skills you directly using AI. So in this module, we cover how to evaluate the outputs and interactions with Gen AI tools so that you can become better users of AI, but also critically evaluate how these tools work. And then this last module, AI prompting, is about AI prompting strategies, how to use a chatbot to find information, but also to simulate an interaction. Because I think it's important to think of Gen AI tools as not primarily an information machine, but primarily as like a customizable interactive agent, like something you can create custom interactions with. So those are kind of an overview of the 4 of the modules here. Down below is just some background information about the course. And we can take a closer look at the structure of the modules. So you see here the modules are listed, and each module has basically the same kind of structure. It has some content pages, and then each module includes a hands-on assignment, which is typically sending people to AI Playground to do a little task and then reflect on what they learned. And then there's a comprehension quiz, which is just a knowledge check. And then there's a self-assessment survey where you will rate your confidence level in applying these concepts to your teaching practice. And these are ways for you to track your own progress and for us to kind of track the impact of the course. So those are the two new goodies in the AIMS, and there are more events and resources coming. I am 1 minute over, so we'll skip this last poll. But I want to encourage everyone to go to the AIMS website, explore the things on there. If you have any questions, contact CTL directly. You can also email me directly anytime. And Jessica, I see your question in the chat, so I'll respond there. Thanks so much.